Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Ultimate General Civil War, Union General, or Union Grand Campaign, mission 3, I guess, of the real missions, 4 if you count the tutorial mission. I'm Sir Cypher. We've got our boys in blue here, and we are going to take this river crossing. So let's take a look here once this stuff finishes. But basically there's 2 hills we have to take. There's one here across a river, one up there, and one down there. Yep. So it's currently 2 o'clock. We have until I think 7:30 to finish, so we have a bit of time. We have 5-ish hours, 5.5 hours. So we want to take this hill, but this is obviously a bad place to advance across, so we're going to want to wrap around here, cross here in the forest, and then swoop around. And if we take this forest, then we can kind of box them in. But we'll see how well that goes. So in the main area where the most enemy fire is going to be, I'm going to put primarily my training regiments. I might put the Austrian rifles here on the edge here. But I'm going to primarily put the training regiments because I want them to get some good experience. And then most of my other guys, I'm going to go down here. Maybe get another rifle regiment here. More training. And then they're probably going to have artillery up on this hill. So I'm going to want to have some sort of a counter battery fires situation going on here. And then we'll bring my light infantry and my scouts to kind of hook around. Okay, let's see how this goes. So, you know, it's not necessarily ideal to just put the training guys here where they're going to get just instantly shot at, but I thought I had another 4th training. Oh, 6th training. Okay, so we'll put 4th training there. We'll put 6th training there. We'll put the Austrian rifles in the hills there. We'll put 1st Austrian rifles. They're going to need to start sneaking down into this forest. 5th training here to prepare advance across. These guys just need to start advancing. I doubt there's going to be any real threat they're going to run into down here. But we'll have the cavalry and the Zouaves scout for them. Is there anybody I didn't tell to move? No, everybody looks like they're doing something. Oh, 2nd Austrian rifles. Maybe you guys go here. Just in case something really goes wrong. Because sometimes the enemy will charge you off this hill. And obviously, if you are not prepared, that will be very bad. Okay, so we're gonna get these cannons up here. Now the dragoons, I typically don't use cavalry that much in these campaigns, but they're kind of fun, like, I think, to watch because they get up to shenanigans a lot. So I thought it might be good to you know, to try and branch out a little bit. Okay, I wanted to fight these guys with their, I don't want my okay. Now it could be a little hard to trade with skirmishers, but you know, since these guys are training regiments, if I take a significant number of losses, it's not the end of the world. They're actually not doing too bad here, to be honest. And when this other unit of training troops gets here, I mean, they're about even with kills and deaths against skirmishers, and they're getting hit by artillery, so that's pretty good, actually. So what we need to do is we probably need to get a little bit closer, and we need to start an artillery duel with their guns up there. Okay, so up here, things are going pretty good. We're going to have my cavalry go all the way down here. And then we'll have these guys start heading this way. And we'll have these guys head here. We probably don't need this many troops up here, so we can probably bring these guys down here too. This is a lot of regiments, and these are pretty big ones here. So let's get into a little artillery duel. I don't know what kind of artillery this is, but that I'm fighting against. But ordnance rifles are pretty good at counter battery fire, so there's a pretty good chance we'll be able to take them out at counter battery fire. Okay, so I move forward these guys a little bit to basically like lure the enemy into doing something. We're going to bring these Zouaves around as well. My light infantry, they now have the Sharps rifles, which are very long range. So obviously that went pretty badly for Campbell there. And we're doing okay on the counter battery fire. I mean, unfortunately, we don't have 20-pounder Parrott guns, which are what you really want for counter battery fire. Those are like the big boys. So until we have those, we can only do so much, but I think we're gonna get those pretty soon. Okay, I might actually want to move these guys back a little bit because I don't actually want to lose. And maybe I'll just move these guys forward. I don't want to lose my own guys in this counter battery fight. I want them to shoot at my training units. And honestly, what I could really do, which maybe I'll do this, is I'll just put some skirmishers here, and then they'll shoot at the skirmishers. I could maybe even put the skirmishers across the river, which will really piss the enemy off. Okay. So you can see here the timer says 2 hours, but these mission timers are not accurate. They don't always accurately portray when the mission will actually end. Okay, so let's get over here. Okay, time to do some sneaky business here. So yeah, we need to get kills. We need to get kills on my dragoons, but also we don't want to take, and on my Zouaves, but we don't want to take a bunch of casualties. Oh shit. Okay, that's the exact thing we didn't want to happen. Okay, they have a whole nother regiment there, but don't worry, we'll get through eventually. We'll go sneak up here, see what's going on. So we're doing pretty well over here. My Zouaves are getting some experience. Most of the kills are going to my training regiment. Okay, they chased off my skirmishers, but I think we're getting some good hits on their cannons. And the good thing about cavalry is it helps you see what's going on. I might be able to snipe their general here, assuming there's not some skirmishers or something in the way. Okay, their cannons are turning around trying to shoot at my cavalry, which I don't want them to do because I already lost 28 guys for no reason. Okay, so we'll just keep sneaking up here. Keep heading up here. And we're slowly winning this artillery battle over here. And the Zouaves, we actually probably maybe want them even a little bit further to the side there. Yeah, the difficulty is getting a good opportunity to get some kills with the cavalry, because if the enemy shoots at you, as you saw, they're so vulnerable, and they themselves are going to be a smaller unit, so they only themselves like have so many guys in them, so they can't always shoot back that effectively. I'm gonna try and engage these guys here. Trimble, because they're out with no cover, and it might almost be time to start sneaking some of these guys across. But really, I want to win this artillery duel first. Do they still have another unit of guys in here? If not, I'll be okay. If they do, I'm in trouble. I think I'm okay, actually. So the cavalry have a bad habit of running away while they're reloading sometimes, when you really want them to just keep fighting. But right now, see, they're trying to turn around and shoot at my cavalry here. I also don't want to lose the Zouaves, because each one of their rifles is $100. So that's rather expensive. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to push up here. Push up here. So supply costs money if you get it from the cart, but each unit has a certain amount of supply, which is influenced by your logistics score, like your logistics experience. So it's better to use and that ammo is, for lack of a better term, free. So it's actually much better to just use up your logistics, your free logistics, and then replenish from the cart, because otherwise you're getting the stuff from the cart, which costs money. And if your guys end the match with any experience, it doesn't get you anything. You know what I mean? Let's shoot these guys on the road. Okay, there we go. Getting some more kills. Snipers are getting some kills. Okay, so now we're going up here. Now the enemy will try and pull off the hill and go this way, but we don't want to let the enemy escape. We want to kill them all. In the words of the documentary Starship Troopers. And again, the rifled cannon, they're not that deadly, but I mean, these units aren't that big, so eventually they will destroy these cannons. The real slaughter will, the real counter battery power will be once we get, yeah, 20 pounders. 20-pounder paired guns. Okay, so these are actually the guys we want to kill here. These cavalry are very dangerous. If we just let them cruise around. No, we didn't get a shot off. There we go, okay. So we're going to head this direction. Okay, for some reason all these skirmishers are coming now trying to start some stuff. We want to get as many kills we can with our dragoons, but we don't want to let the enemy get another volley off of us, because again, they killed 30 guys, which with their horses and everything is very expensive. So we kind of have to watch and like see what they're doing. So sometimes what you can do with the cavalry is, because they know the cavalry's there and they don't want to get hit by the cavalry, you can kind of jinx them, jinx them a bit, because they're constantly repositioning to try and fight the cavalry. Okay, so we're gonna go up here actually, and just again, yeah, continue to fight, because again, the main goal is to just as much attrition as possible here. Now the enemy has a brigade that came through this forest. I was trying to chase my cavalry, and obviously I don't want to let them charge. Yeah, they have a whole brigade here. I just saw exit there. Okay, overall things are going pretty good. The cannons could be getting more kills if they were attacking the enemy infantry, but I want them to do a counter battery fire. Uh-oh. No, stay here. Stay here. Okay, what are you guys doing? Okay, so the enemy's trying to retreat here, and we don't really want to let them do that, more or less. So if we have troops here, they probably won't go this direction. We want to just keep fighting them. We don't want to let them just like leave, because again, we need the experience. We want to be getting as many casualties as we can here. That was weird. Why did those guys shoot? Okay, so let's go here. This will be good. It'll give my my training guys some melee experience. They have all these skirmishers here that are engaging in gunfights with me, but you know, it's not ooh. Get over here, Fulkerson. It's not something that's gonna really be a big deal. A lot of times the real danger of skirmishers is not the damage they're doing, is that you get out of position trying to fight the skirmishers, and then you set yourself up for something a lot worse. So we don't want that. Okay, okay, dragoons, no. I feel like these dragoons are pretty accurately describing the problem with cavalry in this game, which is you stop paying attention to them for 10 seconds and then they instantly die. So there's enemy cavalry here. They have better experience than I have, so. But I mean, maybe I can take them. If they're just trying to run away, then I can. Okay. Things are going pretty good. aren't these guys shooting? Yeah, so basically we have the enemy pretty much kettled on this hill, which is good. Once we take out all of this artillery with our little counter battery operation. Oh, that's good. Okay, they're trapped there. Once we take out all this artillery with our little counter battery operation, then we can advance on it. We'll just keep fighting these guys. Finally getting some decent kills on those infantry. Okay, so we're gonna maybe... Do we want to go across this hill yet? I guess we probably do. I guess we probably want to go across this river. And again, yeah, the general goal, I mean, if you want to just really get a lot of kills, get a lot of experience, make sure the enemy does not have a lot of good troops for the next mission, is kettle them up. Make it so they really don't have anywhere to go. And so they're just kind of like all in a panic. So right now the AI, and probably in real life if this was a real army, has absolutely no idea what they should be doing, because there's just guys in every direction. There's no real safe place for them to be. And so they get very panicked. I wonder if I can snipe their general. Or I can snipe their cannons. I just don't want my Zouaves to get killed, and I don't want my Dragoons to get in a fight with a bunch of line infantry. Okay, so this is good. We're just engaging them from basically all angles. That unit of cannon is almost gone. That unit of cannon is almost gone. We'll give these guys some ammo here. So when it says this, it means that you can finish the mission. And I believe because I have one and they have one, it'll be a draw. But you can also just keep going. It doesn't always explain, though. It doesn't normally tell you, though, what the actual hard time limit is. So you kind of just have to sometimes guess, you know. So there's a bit of, or you can look it up, which is, you know, truth be told, what I do most of the time. Okay, so one unit of cannons is gone. I'll take out that second unit. And maybe go there. And then yeah, we're just gotta, we have basically 2.5 hours of game time to finish these guys off and hopefully destroy every single unit. And actually I could probably kill these cannons. Okay, there we go. And then can I get these supplies? Can I get these supplies, or are my cavalry gonna get slaughtered? Maybe I can't get these supplies. I might dismount my cavalry and just have them fight as light infantry, because I feel like there's some good opportunities here for them. I mean, I guess they could be on horseback. I mean, the enemy is just like the AI is just like so confused right now. They have no idea what they should be doing. And yeah, I just don't want to take another volley to the face of my dragoons here. Which... Okay, well they routed, that's good. Again, I don't really know. Okay, like theoretically they're flanked here, but I mean the enemy is not in no position to actually do anything, so we'll just move up here. Ooh, I got another unit. Thank you. So we'll just move up here. We'll kettle them. Finally getting some good kills on my cavalry. Just let my cannon shoot at whoever. Oh no. Unfortunately, they're heading towards my like zouaves and my cavalry and stuff. And the problem is as bad as they're doing right now, they will still beat like my cavalry in melee because there's three units here, and I just have one unit of cavalry, so I don't want to. I guess I should have my dragoons go out there and assassinate their general. Or maybe I'll actually have my zouaves do it. Now if I move onto this hill, I will capture it and the mission will end. And obviously this is a very target rich environment, and I don't want the mission to end right now. So I have to like not actually capture the hill because I don't want that to happen. At least for another, bit of time. So we'll try and finish it with just these units. Okay, losing 50 cavalry is kind of annoying, but what you gonna do? They're expensive. They have gotten an okay number of kills. As you can see, the zouaves with the better rifles, even with the sharps breech loaders, not the carbines, like even despite not being like that high of veterancy, you can see like just like how absurdly large numbers of kills they're getting here. Later in the game, they'll get even more. Because every single unit, every single guy, like when they shoot, they'll basically hit somebody. So, they'll be like one shot, one kill almost, which is how the Sharps rifles were used. They're pretty accurate, but also a lot of it is just most Civil War soldiers, like if you've shot modern guns, the trajectory on Civil War weapons tend to be much more like ballistic. Like they go up and then they go down. They're an arc. They don't have a flat trajectory because they're firing these big heavy chunks of lead, and they're not moving particularly quickly. So most troops were not trained in how to, estimate distance, do that, because if you're shooting at something 400 meters away and you think it's 500 or 350, you'll miss. So even though the weapons theoretically could hit things out to, 600 yards, 600 meters, it's very rare that they were fought out that far. Unless, of course, they were like specially trained marksman units, which is who normally got sharps. Okay, so we got a victory just because we destroyed everything. And ooh, some of my training units took some pretty bad hits. But overall, things went pretty good and we captured a lot of units. I don't think we counted as getting their supplies. Okay. So, okay, so the main question here is for our little career point, we can keep adding points in politics, which gives us more money and troops, or we can build our army organization. Now, Shiloh's gonna gives us up to 40 troops that we can, 40 brigades that we can bring, but that's sort of unrealistic. We're not going to be able to afford 40 brigades. But what we could do is if we bring the army organization up to 4, we can have 2,000 guys in a brigade. So then we could have 24 more effective brigades. But I think at the moment I'll do another politics because we have one more smaller mission to do. And for the most part, I think all we really want to do is replace the officers that died. And I mean, these training units, because they're not that they don't have that much experience anyway. Adding an extra, you just replacing them with veteran troops so they don't lose any effectiveness. I mean, it's not that expensive. It's $1,400. And having the difference between 22 firearms and 11, which when they start is huge. So we want these guys to be decent. Although I don't actually have that many. I'm gonna have to start buying more muskets. Okay. Well, what you gonna do? Okay, so the dragoons did pretty good. Yeah, they got some experience. The Zouaves, I barely have enough sharps to recover them. Palmettos. Yes, yep, sir. These guys we could probably make first line infantry because they're pretty veteran now with their muskets. And then we'll top off all my Austrian rifles and my cannons. And then the next mission we only need 9 brigades, but so I don't know who I'm gonna bring. Yes, sir. But that's pretty good. We still have 134,000, which again we'll use to build out that second brigade before the next mission. And that second brigade is sadly just gonna be like pure just like untrained guys. Yeah, we're really gonna need line infantry for that, and a bunch of it. But anyway, we'll take that mission when it comes. One thing that somebody mentioned in the comments, which is true, is the reputation points and the armory change at the end of every grand battle. So, ooh, I could create a whole unit of skirmishers with the hunter rifles. The hunter rifles, they're not as good as the sharps. They're basically like the sharps, but they're muzzle loading, and they're not militarized. So they have a similar range, but the fire rate of the sharps is like twice as high. I think the sharps are way more accurate too. Okay, well, we might later on we might make a unit of these just to train up some more skirmishers. So that way, even if they don't hit much and they're not that effective, they'll have the range, so they won't take casualties while they're green. But yeah, so these replace. So what we're gonna want to buy before the grand battle, even if we don't use them yet, is 20-pounder Parrots, 24-pounder howitzers, and maybe some things like Colt 1855s. We'll see. The problem is with a lot of these repeating rifles, outside of the Spencer, which is pretty good, they don't have that high of range. So like you're giving guys a gun that costs $100. You know, it's a $100 it's a $100 gun. As they put in here for the Henry, it's a piece of jewelry. And it only has a 280, you know, I guess meter range, and a guy will die just as quickly holding one of these, right? He gets hit by a bullet just the same as if he's holding a Lorenz or a Springfield musket, and a Springfield musket is 1/10 the price. So it just is, and you have to scrimp these up before every grand battle. After every grand battle, we'll see. Maybe I'll buy some. I want to have at least some unit of guys with repeaters so people can see, because they're kind of fun. But in terms of a logistical, economic sense, they're not really worth it, because you lose them too easily and they're so expensive. Anyway, well, thank you for watching, everyone, and next time we'll do the Logan's Crossroads, which I think is an actual real battle. The other one might have been too. I'll have to look it up. But and then Shiloh, which will be difficult. The enemy will get a bunch of extra units into its unit pool for that battle. So we will be, unlike these two missions, which are kind of a little unfair, we're sort of bullying the Confederates. We will almost certainly be heavily outnumbered at Shiloh. So we'll do our best. Anyway, have